So in this video, we're going to talk primarily about the driver. Now, the one question that I always get whenever I post a video on YouTube is if I talk about like an area of the golf swing of focus, whether it's an arm move or a chest move or a body move, the question always is, should I be doing the same with driver? And my answer always is yes. You should be doing the same swing for every club. That is the idea. The difference is, throughout the clubs, is particularly when we progress into the driver, is obviously it's longer. Okay, so you would naturally stand a little bit further away from it, and the club is less lofted. And because the club is less lofted, what we have to try and do is we have to try and hit the ball up. And that's why we use a tee, and that's why we move the ball position. However, the key thing with all of this is, like I say, we want to still make sure that the technique is staying the same. Okay, so one of the big technical things that I'm always trying to encourage and keep reiterating on the channel is I'm always trying to get this sequence. So what we want to do is you kind of want to think about the backswing. So we sort of take the club back in the takeaway, and then as we sort of swing up to the top, we kind of want to get this feeling that we want to kind of get this sense that as we're swinging up towards the top, we're sort of progressively moving towards the lead side, and this is known as a recentering motion. Okay, then from this position, then we can kind of shift the weight towards the lead side, and then we can obviously, you know, sort of swing through. And that's why whether I talk about, you know, a catapult method or whether I'm talking about a recentering move, that's the idea. And the driver should be no different. We still want the same moves. Now, that's obviously not what happens with most golfers. And I think the best way you can progressively do this to sort of advance yourself with the driver is to just change the tee height. So in this video, I'm going to use a sort of yellow gradient tee to represent, you know, like an entry-level driver swing, up to a white, up to maybe like a pink, and then up to like an orange tee, right? So the tees are progressively getting higher and higher. Now, the idea for this is, like I say, if I've got somebody who is an entry level, newer to golf, the benefit of using, say, the yellow tee to start off with is because the tee's very low, when you position the driver behind it, it doesn't look overly off-putting. Okay, so if I give like an entry-level golfer a really high tee peg, the natural inclination is to just lean back, and that's obviously not what we want to be doing. So the idea is you'll move the ball inside of your lead ankle, you'll take a nice wide width of stance, we should theoretically be able to take it back, feel that sort of shift towards the lead side, shift to the left, and then obviously sort of, you know, sweep up and hit off the ball. And the benefit to using that lower tee peg is, even if you're somebody who gets a little bit sort of arms in a bit steep on it, you'll still produce some really good results, and you can continue to sort of work on it. Right, so we do that one. The next one, the sort of white gradient, so we're going up about 1/4 of an inch. Same idea. When I position this down into the ground, for most golfers who are, you know, working on swing changes or somebody who's relatively new to the game, it starts to come up a little bit higher. But what I'm saying is, because the tee's still quite low, even if you're not the best yet at hitting up on the ball, which we'll come to in the higher tee, you're still going to get away with it. So this sort of tee height, you move the ball forward, and even if you get a little bit sort of steep on it, okay, and you don't get this sort of feeling of hitting up on the ball, you're still going to be able to get some good results with that sort of tee. Now, if you are the kind of golfer who feels that you're more advanced and you're at a more advanced stage, particularly the driver, and you want to get more out of it, the benefit to teeing the ball slightly higher is we can hit more on the up. And the higher the tee is and the more we can hit up on the ball, it basically, as long as the face and things are square, and obviously a number of factors are there, we can start to get more distance. Okay, so I'm going to jump past the sort of pink tee, which is the traditional sort of tee height for a lot of golfers, and I'm going to progress up to the orange gradient tee, which is realistically as high as you'd ever go, and I would say for most golfers far higher than you would ever need, to the point where it's even difficult to tee it into the ground. So we can now see, if I rest that club head behind there, you can see the way it's a good golf ball above the height of the crown, really high. The point that I'm trying to make is, what a professional golfer will be doing is, if they did tee it this high and they're looking for distance, they're still going to take it back, they're still going to shift into the lead side, but when they come to hit it, then they're going to get up and through. What they're not going to do is have that tee height and lean back and hit it this way, and that's the problem that I tend to see. Golfers jump to that tee height because they think, I've got to hit it on the up, and all they do is they end up sort of moving like this and just leaving it. It's pointless. We don't want that. You want to try and make sure the swing is the same. So when you're working on your irons, you should feel like you're shifting to the left and you're hitting down on it. The difference with the driver is you still want to shift to the left, but then you want to hit up on it. And it's that sort of feeling of that upward hit in the latter part of the downswing which is when you can then start using the pink gradient tee, the orange gradient tee. And if you're not there and you need to keep working on that part of the swing, then I would suggest just use the lower tee pegs until you're ready for that stage, because that way you're not treating the driver as a completely different swing and you can work on things more holistically. See you soon.